There are three sins you must run away from. Number one is called the sin of assumption. The second one is called the sin of presumption. And the third one is called the sin of compromise. And then the fourth one that encompasses all of them is called the sin of corruption. If you are going to be properly processed, you must take it. The first one, sin of assumption, taking God for granted. It happened to Saul in 1 Samuel chapter 13, 11 to 14. He was not supposed to do this, and Samuel said to Saul, "What have you done?" And Saul said, "Because I saw the people were scattered from me, and thou comest not within the days appointed, and the Philistines gathered themselves together at Michmash." Verse 12. Therefore said I, the Philistines will come down unto me to Gilgal, and have not made supplication of the Lord. I forced myself. That's an assumption. I forced myself, therefore I have a burnt offering. What was the answer of Samuel? Samuel told him, every time you fall into sin of assumption, you have done foolishly. You have done foolishly. Those of you who are pastors, and the instructions are given to you, hook up. It's not forever. Hook up. Every time you violate that one, it's foolishness. It's sin of assumption. So that people will not go away. I want to show them I can also preach. Foolishness. Are you the know the people? It is the things he gives to us that we gather. We can't gather what he has not given us. You have done foolishly. Please watch the sin of assumption. When you take loss in your hand, it's assumption. Oh, I have rent to pay. That's why you won't tithe. It's assumption. You have done foolishly. Oh, I saw somebody and that person is in problem. Oh, is in trouble. God even will understand. I love giving. So you now go and give your tithe to somebody who has one problem or the other. Are you the problem solver? He will show you better. You have done foolishly. The sin of assumption. There are three sins you must run away from. Number one is called the sin of assumption. The second one is called the sin of presumption. And the third one is called the sin of compromise. And then the fourth one that encompasses all of them is called the sin of corruption. If you are going to be properly processed, you must take it. The second one is the sin of presumption. Numbers chapter 20. From verse 10 to 13. God told Moses, gather the congregation. Speak to the rock. So Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock. And he said unto them, hear now, you rebels, must we fetch water out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice, and the water came out abundantly. Congregation drank, and the beasts also. They all enjoy it. But look at what God said. The Lord spake to Moses and Aaron, because you believe me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of these children of Israel. Therefore you will not bring the congregation to the land which I have given to be the sin of presumption. Don't be presumptuous. If you're a spiritual person, you are dealing with God. Face that God. Don't let men make you to offend God. Don't love whatever they are saying to make you to offend God. Face where you are going. They say that when you go to the market, you only deal with the person you are transacting business with, not the people around. Imagine somebody goes to the way, And then starting before, he wants to buy Richard card. And some people are selling fish, and they are talking. He says, don't talk, you are disturbing me. Some people are selling crayfish. Oh, no. Don't stop. I want everybody to be quiet before, because I want to do business with this person. No, face the person you want to do with business with. Ariwoja, magbo. Magbo. Sin of presumption. The third one is a sin of compromise. They told Samson, don't you have children of God? He said, marry her for me. She pleased me very well. That was the beginning of the problem with them, a compromise. From there, he went to Alot. From then, he went to Delilah. From there, he lost his eyes. From there, he died. Tragedy comes through compromise. And the third one, the fourth one, which is combine all the other three, is called the sin of corruption. Solomon said, God told Solomon, don't go into all these nations. Don't marry them. Don't let your children marry them. The Bible says Solomon cleaved to all these people in love. And when he was old, his wife turned away his heart from following God. He began to bow down to the images of the gods of Zidonians, Ethiopians, Egyptians. You pass through God's process, it will deliver you from all these things. Please stop guessworking God. You will certainly goose. It's very detailed. Follow his detail. Every step you take must be by design, not by default.